In March of 1980, I was lucky enough to have my first media appearance. I was invited to appear on a 2-hour radio show on KCBS, the CBS radio station in San Francisco, California. I had just passed the National CPA exam in November of 1979. And I started my tax planning firm in San Francisco in January 1980. I had no idea that I would set an all-time record of response because I received over 3,000 letters and phone calls. How did it happen? During the radio show, I talked about Jimmy Carter, who was elected president of the United States in 1976, but he owed no federal income tax. In fact, he recovered all the taxes paid in the previous 3 years. How did he do that? Remember, Jimmy Carter had been the governor of Georgia, and his family had the peanut farm. He borrowed about $800,000 to $900,000 from the Georgia banker Bert Lance, and he bought about $900,000 of peanut shelling equipment. Back then, you could depreciate over 5 years, and so you would get 180,000 deductions. That was enough to wipe out all the tax he owed in 1976. Because remember, you're not inaugurated till January the following year, and that's when your salary starts. And there was a 10% investment tax credit then, so 10% of $900,000 is $90,000 of tax credit. And the law said you could go back 3 years. So that's how we recovered all taxes paid in the 3 previous years. And then I talked about how Governor Reagan, as governor of California before he got elected president of the United States in 1980, how there were years where he owed 0 California income tax. So bottom line, my challenge to the listening audience was, do you want to learn how to pay as much or little tax as your presidents do? That's about the only thing that both political parties can agree on. They want to reduce their tax, and yet you don't know how to reduce your tax. Well, that's why you should contact me. And it's the law. If the presidents can reduce their tax with certain tax strategies, it works for everyone else. So, click the button to fill out the form and set up your free one-on-one strategy session with me personally with no obligation. You have nothing to lose to see what options you have.